Hey guys, and welcome to this podcast. I want to talk to you about something that nobody wants to talk about and everybody feels uncomfortable with talking about. Well, especially in our communities, in our homes. I want to talk about why you'll never be rich. What? Yes, I want to talk about why you'll never be rich, because you won't make the moves you need in order to be rich. If this is something that interests you, stay tuned for the video. All right, guys, so we're going to talk about why you'll never be rich, aka rich versus poor, aka wealthy versus the unwealthy. Just two things I want to talk about today and break them down to you so that you'll completely understand them. By the way, I do want to thank you for tuning into this video. If you happen to like it, click a thumbs up. If you don't, click a thumbs down. Leave comments. And please don't forget to follow your queen on other social media outlets. The first reason why you'll never be rich is because Black people, the Black Wealth Academy, BWA, all my people, all my family, all my friends, all my loved ones, you need money to work for you. You need money to grow for you while you're sleeping, while you're out playing with the kids, while you're working that 9-to-5 job that you have, while you're picking your toes, while you're taking your bath. You need to have money working for you. Time does not equal money. I know we've been taught over time through our history that we exchange our time for money. But time is not exchangeable for money, because time is valuable. Time is infinite. Time is so worthy that how much is your time worth? Is the amount of your time compared to the amount of schooling you have, education you have, skills you have, or is it because you are a nice person? Think about it this way. How can you measure how much your time is worth? Because for the stay-at-home mom who homeschools her kids, time is priceless. They can go on all day and all night. And to the lawyer or the doctor who gets paid hundreds of dollars an hour for a certain act, time is priceless. But they get paid for their time, so they spend a lot of time so they can have a lot of money. But people, time is not equivalent to money. Money is not equivalent to time. Those who exchange time for money are called the workers. Those who allow their monies to grow while they're sleeping, while they're napping, while they're playing, while they're eating, are rich. This is the rich versus the poor. So that's why you'll never be rich, because we need money to work for us. Time is not equivalent to money. You need to get a hustle. What's your hustle? What's your legal hustle that you can get going? A legal hustle that will take little to no time at all for you and continue to make you money over time. It's also called a passive income technique. See, passive income is income where you invest a little bit of time in the beginning, and then over time you only have to invest, a smaller percentage of time as you go along, but it continues to make you money. Okay, so that's a little deeper than a hustle, because a hustle is something you do on the side to get some quick cash. This one is something you're going to invest your time into right now in the beginning that will pay you over time. What can you make money? How can you make money? Ask yourself, how can you make money? What can you do or what can you set up right now that you could pay somebody a couple dollars every day, or a couple dollars every week, or every 2 weeks, or every month to continue to do for you, to sell for you? What product can you put under your title, under your company's name, and pay somebody else and pay another company to promote, to continue to make you revenue all throughout the year? It's called passive income, people. That's right, my black people. This is called passive income. So the number one reason why we'll never be rich, or why you'll never be rich, or because you're educated now, well, they'll never be rich because they don't know that they need money to work for them. That's why people invest their money into stocks and bonds, because they don't have to do anything in addition to investing their money. Now, if they want to flip them around, switch them around, and do all of this type of stuff, they can, but it's not something that they have to do. They can leave it there, approach it in the next 5 to 10 years, and it will be more than what it was when they put it in. Okay? Number 2, why you'll never be rich is because you like to ball out. You like to show off. You like to stunt. You like to stunt like my daddy. You like to do that. You have to have the newest Jordans. You have to have the biggest house. You have to have the flyest, fanciest car. You have to have the biggest, boldest jewelry on your feet. You have to have all those golds in your mouth. Your system has to be bumping anywhere you go. You have to have your hair did every week. Why? See, the difference between them and us is that they don't necessarily have to do that. They are sitting back laughing because they know that those things really, truly do not matter when you are comparing it to the wealth that you can build. See, that $20 that they would use to go to take to the barber to cut their hair, they're going to save it this week, and maybe they'll do it next week. This $250 they would spend on a new weave, they don't really need that. They don't really care about that. They'd rather put that money in a stock or Bitcoin or any currency out there to see what it could possibly do. That $250, $350, $450 that you just spent on those Jordans, they don't really care about because they own stock in the company and they are happy that you purchased those because stocks have raised 1.125% since this morning. You understand where I'm coming from? That big, huge house you live in or that you see them live in, they're able to live in that big, huge house because you know what? The land was passed on them from their great, 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 great grandfather. And their best friend is in the construction business and he was able to build that house for a quarter of the price it would cost to build it in the industry today. See, they have connections. They network. So things aren't always as they appear. That flashy car that you see them driving, oh no, they don't choose to drive a flashy car. They don't mind Warren Buffett. They don't mind keeping the same 1980 station wagon as long as it's working. But you know what? Their money's long, though. They can go out and buy 150,000 of those cars that you decide to drive while you're broke. But they choose not to do that because they see the value in their money. They see that that vehicle is not going to make a difference, make or break them how they look, because when they pull out their bankroll, they can eat wherever they want, sleep wherever they want, and drive whatever the hell they want to drive. Why? Because on a regular day-to-day basis, they live mediocre lives. That big house that you have, you figure, hey, I can do it like you, massa. I can do it like you, or I can do it better than you. Let me show you. And he's looking at you like, okay, you could do it better. Okay, go ahead and do it better. I'm going to be fine with this house that I paid off already. My family and I are fine. But check this out, though. You looking at me, you see me driving this old station wagon. You see me living this regular looking house. Oh, it's bad in the inside, though. The inside is decked the hell out. Like, it's bad in the inside, though. And I live in a really good neighborhood, but I have the smallest house on the block. It's fully paid for. My taxes are up to point. My house has everything that I need. Yes, I'm driving this old raggedy vehicle, but do you know I own a chain of 20 stores? Oh, yes, I own the Chevron and the Teco too. Okay, and then on the other side of town, I own 3 restaurants, and then one in Houston, one in Dallas, and then I got one being built in Chicago right now. So you see, I live this life because I choose to live my life minimalistically. But when I travel or when I do whatever I do, when I does what I do, I can live how I want to live. You know what I'm saying? I can live the lavish of luxury. Live in luxury, because on a regular basis, you know what the thing is? I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what they think either. I'm doing me and I'm doing me how I want to do me, and I'm making this affordable for me to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and I'm wealthy as fuck. So the second reason why you'll never be rich, why we'll never be rich, is because we like to ball out. Expensive cars, expensive houses, all of our monies go to bills, you know, and we're not able to live effective, efficient lives. This is the reason why we'll never be rich. So you know what? We're going to change that. Today, we're going to meditate, and we're going to bring into our world. We're going to ask the universe. We're going to ask our God. We're going to ask ourselves, the God within us. We need money to work for us. How can we allow our money to grow? What can I do with this change that I have right now? How can I invest it? How can I hustle? What can I put it in order to allow it to grow for me? What little time can I invest today to have somebody and pay a company or somebody to do something for me that will allow me to flip my revenue over and over and over? This is continuous money that's coming in. This is not money that I'm going to use to ball out with. This is money that I'm going to use to flip over and over and over and over and over and over. Just like a dope deal. When you get your little stash, you have to take a certain cut out of that money that you make in order to re-up. You got to re-up. And see, with the profit that you make, you're going to re-up with that too, because that means you're re-ing up with the double, you know? So you're going to go ahead, invest. Okay? And number 2, we're going to stop balling out. If we're thinking about buying new cars and new houses, no, we're going to figure another way around that. We're going to figure out how to buy us some land, how to buy us a car and pay it off immediately, how to find us a house that we can afford to buy in cash immediately. We're going to get ourselves out of debts. We're going to make a change. So number 1, we're going to try to find something that we can invest this change that we have in our pockets to, so that we can allow it to flip money. Allow it to make money. We're going to look into the Amazon. We're going to look into the different online clothing boutique stores. We're going to look at what we have to work with what we have in order to get what we want. And we're going to allow it to make money for us. And we're not going to ball out. We're not going to go out and purchase expensive houses and expensive cars that take all of our money. We're going to find something that we can pay for cash, and we're going to grow from there. I am your Queen Royal Justice. Thank you for tuning in for the BWA podcast for today. I really do look forward to doing these things for you guys. I hope that you're able to listen to this podcast over and over again. Close your eyes, open your heart, open your ears, allow the great energy to pour into your body, and allow the law of attraction to work for you. Like vibrations attract like vibrations. Therefore, you can manifest what you think about, and thoughts create things. Just getting this into our system will take us to the next level. We will be rich if we allow our money to work for us and if we stop balling out. Peace and love.